So let's start off on the daily. Let's actually start off on the weekly. So first thing, let me get rid of this. Dun-dun-dun. All right. So I already have my zones marked up. Clearly, this is an area where we have rejected. Now, when I look for areas of interest that have rejected, I'm looking for areas that have strong movement, either to the upside or the downside, depending on where we're coming from. So clearly, we see that we've had a strong push up. We came back down, and we had a very strong push back up. So that to me is an area where I'd like to put my zones, and that's all it is. That's all I do when I draw my zones. Real big pushes from either the upside or the downside. That's all it is. So then what happens next is we have a push up. We end up breaking below, and we are currently right here. We have re-entered this area where price has rejected, came back, broke below, and we could possibly reject again. Now, does this mean it's gonna reject again? No. All of this is just a game of probabilities. It's nothing's for sure. If some trader tells you this is gonna happen, I promise you, do not trust them. They are lying. No one knows what's gonna happen in the market. No one knows. All you have is a set of probabilities. You could have winning streaks. You could have times where you're on fire. You're just winning every single one, and you think you know everything until it hits you that you don't. Let's go down to the daily, and what do we see? We see that, let me pop up this tool right here. We see that, hey, price is rejected. Price has rejected. Price has rejected. And we finally broke below. We came back down, and we are currently back at this area of interest where price has what? Rejected. There could be a possibility that we could start rejecting to the downside. That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for signs of rejection. I'm looking for areas where I could possibly take shorts. And I only look at these areas on the weekly and the daily. I don't look for 4-hour zones, 1-hour zones, 30-minute zones. I really like to keep my trading really simple. That's all it is. It's just keep things simple. That's the key, all right? So what other confluences do we have other than price breaking below and coming back to possibly retest this area of interest? We have the 50 EMA. Again, if you haven't checked out my video on 50 EMA, go check it out. It explains how I use it. I do not need the 50 EMA to take my trades. It's just a confluence. It's just an extra added benefit to my trade. It's like eating a steak. I have a really good steak right in front of me, which is I have really good price movement. I have really good areas of interest. Maybe I could add a little salt. It'll help. But do I really need it? No, I don't. Same thing with trading. Same thing with the 50 MA. Do I need the 50 MA? No, not really. It's just an added benefit. It's just like an extra topping. Just to make it look a little bit better. That's all it is. Remember that. So, on the daily, we're here. We're rejecting. We are still not looking for sells. Let's go down to the 4-hour. What do we see on the 4-hour? We see, hey, price has entered this area. We have had a slight push down, still bullish. My bad. Why do I say bullish? It's because we've had a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, slight lower low. Doesn't really matter. And then we finally have a push up, breaking above this lower high. So now what do we have? We have a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. And currently, we still haven't finished if we're going to keep pushing up or if we're going to start pushing down. That is very important. So, even though price is right here, I could possibly get a really good entry if I were to enter right now. Let's just say I entered right now. I have my stops above this previous area of interest plus that previous high, and we were targeting these lows. Reason I have these lows is because we've had rejection. That's it. That's all it is. I would have an 8.6% return on my investment. That sounds really good, especially if you're taking like a funded challenge. Take one more trade, and if that other trade's a winner, you pass, your funded challenge. But it's not that easy. It's never that easy. And if someone tells you that hey, you could do this, whatever, don't trust them. All right. Remember, all of this is just a game of probabilities. All right. So What am I waiting for? I still don't have a signal yet. I don't have enough confluences. I don't have enough examples to tell me, hey, this is a really good trade. Take the short. I don't have that yet. Maybe you see this and your own strategy says, hey, you should take it. Then go ahead, take it. But this is my strategy, and I'm trying to teach you guys my strategy, the strategy I use to take my trades. So for me, there's still not an entry. What am I waiting for? Let me go down to the 1 hour now. The 1 hour, all I'm going to wait for is right here, because we've started to have this slight push down on the 1 hour, but not on the 4 hour. All I'm going to wait for is a very, 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 very strong bearish engulfing candlestick. I've also made a video on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out the bearish engulfing pattern, I suggest you check it out. It's really beneficial. Watch the whole thing. But that's all I'm doing. I'm just going to wait for my bearish engulfing candlestick. Once I get that, then I could start looking into selling. I could start looking into shorting this specific pair. As we can see, we have a price pushing down just a little bit. Again, this is where patience comes in. You have to wait. This is a 1 hour. We have about 57 minutes left. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to wait. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until this candle closes. If I get a candle confirmation, I'll come back. I'll record it. But as of right now, that's pretty much it. That's the pre-analysis before I take my trade. All right, that's it. Now, we do see that price did have a strong push to the downwards direction. You're probably asking, why didn't you take the trade right here? This is where I recorded the previous video. And simple answer, I took a nap.
I'm saying? Dude, this motherfucker takes naps. I don't trust people that take naps, dude. I just found out he doesn't take naps, dude. He's a grown-ass man. No, you're fucking... Dude, yeah, it's like, dude, like, the whole world's moving while you're napping, bro. It's fucking terrible.
I know I shouldn't have. This was like around 2 p.m. I was just really tired. I woke up in the morning. Whatever. No reason I should have taken a nap. But I took the nap, woke up. I saw that I missed the entry, the first entry. So what did I do? All I did was I waited for another lower low, lower high, a lower low, another lower high, and then another lower low. That's basically what I did. That's the entire process that I did. Now, on the actual entry, I went down to the 30-minute, and I actually took the entry around right here. Stop loss was right here. Why is the stop loss right here? It's above these previous highs right here. That's pretty much it. And I also saw that, hey, we've been having rejection. We finally broke below. We came back. We retested. Plus, we also have that bearish engulfing. And we also have the 50 MA, which is like around right here. So that to me looked like a good trade. Had my stops at a very reasonable area. And our TP at another area where I saw, hey, price could potentially enter this area and then start rejecting. But even though we did enter in profit, sadly, we didn't go all the way down to hit our TP. Now, I didn't take partials, my bad. I closed this trade a little bit above break even just because this was Wednesday and I actually took my profits about right here today around 8 in the morning. I had already put my stops below my entry just because it was about to be Friday. I don't know if something was going to happen. I did see price movement starting to like change overall structure. Let's go down to the 1 hour. This is what I didn't like. I didn't like that we had this lower high, lower low, slight higher high if you want to count that as a higher high. And then we could start seeing price structure starting to push back up. I didn't like that, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna move my stops a little bit above break even just so I could take like quick profit. I think in total it was like $8 that I took, better than a loss. And it basically did that. It went back into this area of interest, and what happened? We started to reject. Now, this is an area where I could possibly start looking for next week, but since next week is technically Christmas, I'm not gonna trade next week. I am done for the year. We took home a slight little profit, $8. I mean, that will probably go to my Spotify, which doesn't even cover my Spotify. So we'll see. And I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I do. That's all I do for my trades. Do I win all of them? No. Do I lose all of them? No. The importance is risk management. Leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, thank you.